Now, this is the review section of Unit 2. And earlier we discussed about some peanut allergies or food allergies that children might have and how researchers are having a rough time trying to find a solution. And one possible solution that researchers are looking into is actually giving this medication to children that exposes them in a controlled way to the peanut protein that your body reacts to. And slowly over time, they will increase the dosage so that the reaction is less severe. Dosage.
Dosage.
But there's so much peanut oil in different foods and peanuts and different ingredients all across the world. So it's I think, very good for children to potentially have this medication. So speaking of immunity and our immune system, especially during coronavirus these days, some people say that, people and environments are too clean, that it's actually better to be in a dirty environment or a dirty area, so that way it builds your immune system. What do you think of that idea?
You know what, I do think there's a little bit of a truth in there, but to a certain extent, we need to be clean.
Right.
But I do think a little bit of exposure, like children running around playing in the dirt and just being a little wild and mom's not being too careful, I think that does help with the immune system, quite honestly.
Right. Now, on to food allergies and immune system. If you had to choose between being allergic to whether it's like dairy, eggs, wheat, or being allergic to alcohol, which would you choose?
I think if I really had to choose, I would choose alcohol, because if I had to be allergic to, let's say, wheat and eggs and dairy, I'd have to be a very picky eater.
Yes.
Because that's going to make life so hard.
Right. Picky.
Picky.
Well, I mean, I totally agree with you on that. I don't drink much, but I love eating a lot of different foods. I'm not a picky eater. And so it's hard to realize just how much wheat is, or people say gluten.
Yeah.
I have heard of people with gluten allergies. So they don't eat any bread, any additives to food.
It's so difficult for them to just go to a restaurant.
So difficult.
They can hardly eat anything outside of their own homes, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
You're pretty much stuck with corn to have, or rice to make different types of bread, but it's not the same.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, so it's tough to do that. So, well, that's it for the review section, and we'll see you on the next one.